One race is heating up. The other race, you need a doctor to check the pulse. You've got the Conservative Party caucus going on right now, and with Peter MacKay dropping out, it's absolutely wide open. And then you got the NDP caucus on, and that's like a Zen koan, the sound of one hand clapping. I'm here with Tim Powers from Summa Strategies, the chairman of Summa Strategies. Let's start with the Conservative race. Peter MacKay dropping out, what does it do to that race?
You got the race wrong. It's moved from catatonic to crawling.
Oh, wow. I think it's more than that.
Well, maybe they're almost standing. But Peter MacKay dropping out, it's no surprise. I think it's actually, in a way, liberating for Conservatives because none of the so-called big dogs are there. There's no MacKay, no Kenny, no Moore, no Baird. All of those people were names that were suggested as successors. They're not there. So it now forces all these other candidates or would-be candidates to lift their game. And I think that's the way they have to approach this. With MacKay out, now people like Lisa Raitt, maybe Aaron O'Toole, potentially Michael Chong have a pool of voters that Peter may have harbored that they can go after. Andrew Scheer, rumored to be coming in. He's probably the most interesting candidate because he's the one, I think, who could make the argument, if I don't win next time, you can keep me for an 8-year period because he's young. And I think that might be an appeal.
Maybe, and he also may attract social conservatives. I know Brad Troust will do it, but they won't win on that, but at least he can.
You know what, on Andrew Scheer, I got to cut you off for this. Somebody said to me he's the only conservative with a natural smile. Who knew that would be an asset?
Well, that's true. I mean, he was the former speaker, so people like the guy.
Yep.
All right, I was speaking with Kevin O'Leary literally on the minute that Peter MacKay announced, and I said, what does this do to you, Kevin O'Leary? He said, I quote, I'm licking my chops, which was interesting. In the meantime, the race has heated up. Kellie Leitch has gone from total obscurity to now something of a national figure on the back of this anti-Canadian values test. At the Conservative caucus, she's doubled down on it. She says the elites in the party are out of touch talking about the economy. She's going to talk about values. Tony Clement is fighting. He's got his own security platform. And what do you make of the fight going on between the Leitch, putting a culture war values debate at the center, and Tony Clement also making security a big issue?
Well, Kellie Leitch has demonstrated she'll do anything to win because the values debate over the long run is not a helpful one for the Conservatives. It reminds people, not just Conservatives, of things they didn't like about the party in the last go-around, and it's totally unworkable on a number of fronts. But how does it work? It works in generating potential lists because it's not hard to poke a bear in any party and find people who have fear, who may be a little insecure, who don't know the full story on immigration screening. She's doing that, and she should be ashamed of herself. I guess I'm elite for saying that. Too bad, I'll stand by it. Tony Clement seems to be wanting to cut into her pool a little bit because I think Leitch is going to try and carve out the security values voters. Clement, with his 10-point plan on security, seems to want to fish in there as well, though trying to hold a bit more of a restrained tone on the so-called values test.
Does it engulf the race? I mean, I know you don't like this values debate, this culture war business, but is it inevitable over the next 9 months that it does engulf the race and maybe the party?
Well, people are going to have to deal with it.
Right.
Agenda setting is the term, and it's not the agenda that should be set, but it's the one that's been set now. So the other aspirants are going to have to respond one way or the other and try and reframe the debate.
She's got them on the defensive. Last point, I know the NDP, nobody wants to seem to lead that party, but if you're a conservative and you're watching that race closer than the NDP race, that's bad. Because you want to split on the left if you're a conservative, and it looks like the NDP, now Tom Mulcair is going to stay, but big deal. What do you make of the fact that they can't get someone to run?
The NDP becoming a eunuch is not a good thing for the Conservative Party. It's really startling. What it says to me is they still haven't gotten over the defeat that they suffered in the last election. And they need to get over it. I mean, they almost need to embrace, as the Conservatives have, the new opportunity they had. They lost. A new generation of people can come forward and put forward their ideas and try and win. If you're young and you're ambitious and you want to be a new Democratic leader, now's your time. You know, where are the Ruth Ellen Brassos, the Jagmeet Singhs, the others, the Nathan Cullen who says he's not going to run? It could be their time. They should embrace it.
Well, Parliament gets back on Monday and we'll find out maybe some voice there emerges. That's Tim Powers with Summa Strategies.